Hello and welcome to this week's Mystic Message. This week's Mystic Message is really speaking to what I think we're all feeling, which is I'm tired, you're tired, we're all effing tired. We're exhausted, we're just feeling like we just want to sleep and rest, and maybe feeling like emotional triggers, maybe feeling like a little overwhelmed and overstimulated, but almost confused because it feels like there's nothing big or different or new in our external reality that is triggering that kind of overwhelming and overstimulating feeling. If that's you, keep watching. If it's not you, kudos. I admire where you're at, and keep watching so that you can help your friends and family or shed some light for them. So what came through to me, as always, I channel these messages of like what's taking place right now, even though these messages can, of course, relate in the future. But the atmosphere feels busy. The best way I can describe it is like the air. Like if we could see through the veil or into these other dimensions and we could see energy with our eyes, some people can. If all of us could, we would see that it just feels busier. It's like it feels thicker. There's a lot of these very higher vibrational frequency energies coming in. Source, God, whatever you want to call it, angelic, starseed kind of realms and spaces. It's really speaking to this influx of beautiful energy coming in that I talked about recently, and many other people are talking about as we're shifting and healing collectively as a species and as a planetary body. So all of this high vibrational energy is coming in. So again, to me, like if you were to think, if you've seen Stranger Things and the upside down, you know how it's kind of like, it's like there's like particles floating around in the air. Almost think about those particles in that visual, if this resonates for you, if you know the visual, as maybe the lower vibrational particles that exist. And so imagine that on the flip side, like instead of kind of darker and black and kind of gray, kind of gloom and doom kind of vibes, imagine it's like white and sparkly particles. And so what's happening is those kind of particles are coming in, energies, particles, whatever you want to call it. And there's this desire for balance often in the universe and in humanity on Earth, and kind of these lower vibrational frequencies and energies and beings and particles also are like, no, like not all of them are ready to transmute or to shift, right? And so when more high vibrational comes in, sometimes it makes the low vibrational that's here like get agitated, get irritated, like go extra. Anyone who's ever maybe had like an entity attached to them and went through that experience with a lot of awareness knows when you start to kind of starve it out, it kind of gets stronger, it gets mad, and it acts out more. Same thing for anyone who's maybe ever done like a parasite cleanse. As you're killing off these parasites in your body, they get mad and they fight back, and that's why you tend to crave those sugar and carbs that much more while you're trying to starve them out. It's a similar kind of thing. So influx of high vibrational energy, low vibrational energy that already is here is heightened, is like feeling extra. It's on like times 10, trying to balance the scales, so to speak. What that means is there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of energy on both ends. And so collectively, we're very overstimulated. We're very overwhelmed. And because it is this complete energetic form, we're so programmed to dismiss it. We're programmed to only kind of recognize the kind of very physical, tangible, external stimuli. I lost my job, so that's why I'm overwhelmed. Or my kids are going bananas and they're loud and the music's playing and the washing machine's going, and that's why I'm overstimulated. We're used to be able to have something tangible to assign those feelings to. And right now it may feel like there's nothing to assign it to. And when we have nothing to assign it to, we're so programmed to dismiss it. It's all in my head. I should be fine. There's no reason I should feel like this. And we judge ourselves and we dismiss it and we suppress it, right? And that is not going to help anyone, right? And so what we want to do here is, well, first of all, so we have this influx of high vibrational energy, and that can be overstimulating. And then we also have this low vibrational too. And so any little shadow bits that are looking for your attention are going to get louder. Those triggers are louder. The deep emotions that you've been avoiding and suppressing are going to get bigger. All of the things that we resist in the healing journey it's like it's got a megaphone. Again, at the same time, so does the lighter side of things. So depending on how much healing you've done will kind of determine, how triggered you are right now. But essentially kind of how to navigate this is first, just to really work on nervous system regulation. There are a million tactics for this. Breath work, yoga, meditation, grounding, limitless. I mean, it can just keep going on and on. If you have a tool that you love to regulate your nervous system, go for it. Things that are also very important is discernment right now, and discernment on who you're around, where you're going, those types of things. So think, if all the energy is like megaphoned and you're already feeling a little like, whether agitated or overstimulated, overwhelmed, or maybe it's just all of that is just manifesting in, I'm so tired, I can't even open my eyes. Don't go out to the bar. It's probably not the best space. There's a lot of lower vibrational stuff there. If you're feeling really impacted or triggered, steer clear of intense places that already have intense energy, because that's going to be even more intense. And those people are also going to be triggered. So just really use discernment on, are you going to go hang out with a toxic friend? Are you going to go out and be in a big crowd of people? If you're already very energetically sensitive, just be very aware and honor what you need. Honor your body. Honor what you need. The big thing, really, truly, is grounding and connecting to nature. That was the big thing that really came through. Of course, use whatever tools you have and like, of course. Trees, in particular, are like this instant nervous system regulator. If you have the ability to go outside and touch a tree, who cares if you look like a crazy person, whatever, go touch a tree. Like, hold your hand to that tree. If you can, the best thing would be barefoot, touch the ground with your feet, touch the tree with your hand, and just be there. Like, just do that 5-10 minutes. I promise you, I don't think anyone here could go and do that and not feel better. So if you're really feeling it, you don't just bitch and moan about it, go do something about it, right? Especially we're programmed to be doers. So here's your opportunity to go do something, to satisfy that desire to do, right? Even though the doing is really just being. But that's okay. Think about it that way. It can be, it can kind of trick the brain that really likes to be productive into, I have something to go do, okay? And then on a deeper level, of course, we want to address the things that are coming, like what's getting triggered, right? And it's shadow stuff and it's ego stuff, right? And that can show up in either way. It can be triggering kind of shadowy trauma or wounds or suppressed emotions that we're not addressing. Or it can be the ego resisting the higher vibrational frequencies, because the ego wants to keep us safe. And the ego is like, ho, what is this? This is different. This is new. We don't like new and different, because that's what the ego is. The ego does not like change. It does not like things that are new and different. It likes to keep you safe in a safe little bubble that is predictable. And so the ego will show up when higher vibrational energies do come in, or we're, working on kind of our spiritual abilities, or connecting to the divine or spirit or higher self, whatever word you want to use. The ego a lot of times likes to come in. So right now the shadow and the ego are super active. And so with the shadow, the suggestion, there's a million ways to work with the shadow, and I love all of them. And there's a time and place for all of them. And of course, use your discernment and go with whatever resonates. But dance with the shadow. That's the vibe. Is you don't have to dive deep into the nuts and bolts of why your shadow is the way your shadow is and unpacking the trunk. Like, it doesn't have to be heavy. Working with the shadow doesn't have to feel like doom and gloom. It doesn't have to be heavy and intense and like make you want to vomit. Sometimes that is how it plays out. But it's truly just dance with the shadow, right? That can be through like a visualization. It can be through a meditation. It can be as you're drifting off to sleep at night. It can be off in the forest. Like, just go for a walk and just be like, shadow, come with me. And just be casual and play and dance and just have fun. Because this idea of dancing with the shadow, it lets the shadow feel seen. It lets the shadow play and lets you play. And it lets you accept the shadow as it is. The shadow really just wants to be seen and accepted and loved. And this idea of dance really makes it more lighthearted. It makes it more playful. It makes it less serious. And that is healing too. Like, doing healing in a way that feels less serious and less intense is a way to heal. And so I'm such a huge advocate for doing healing in all these different ways instead of just like always doing it in one direction. And then the ego, right? The ego is coming in right now with like serious dad vibes. Like you're having this party at your house and you're dancing with your shadows, having a blast, throwing this party, everyone's having fun. And then the ego dad comes home and is like, no, this is not, we got to get serious here. Like, no. And he's trying to stop the party. That's what the ego's trying to stop the party right now. And so the way you want to work with the ego, because we can't just resist shadow and ego. They don't go away. We can't just like pretend they're not there and like blinders. No, they're still there. Invite the ego to join the party. Come on, dad, like, we'll have fun, like, dance with the ego, encourage the ego to loosen up. And the best way to do that is to have fun, to say, we are safe. This is not life or death. Ego dad, whatever we want to call it. I am safe. We are safe. This is not life or death. Let's just play. Just join the party. Let loose. This is also healing. This is a lot of things. This is not just healing these wounds. This is healing a lot of programming as well, if you really choose to kind of follow these steps. So that is your message for this week. And moving forward, think about this when you are feeling this kind of overwhelming overstimulation, and let this be another tool in your toolbox to work with the shadow, to work with the nervous system, to work with the ego, and let me know how it goes for you. All right? Mwah. I'll see you next week.